Hey everybody, Opendoor Technology was huge today. I mean, absolutely amazing. Opendoor is just too strong. I've been saying this every single video. Opendoor is a strong stock. It's not just a meme stock, it's a recovery stock. Every time a good data report comes out, every time there's talk about interest rate cuts, it goes up. So it's going up based on data, not because it's a meme stock and retail is getting together to pump up the stock. It's not that at all. This is a fundamentally good company, and like I said before, it's more than retail buying this stock. You got to be some big institutions, retail, smart money. It's a possibility some big investor is also buying this stock. Just a few days ago, the ex-CEO of Opendoor sold a lot of shares. I forgot how many, but she sold a lot of shares, and it barely went down. It barely went down. We saw volume of over 40 million, I think. And when she sold, only thing that happened was there was more volume than usual. A lot of the non-believers were saying, oh, XCO selling shares, the stock is going to go down. It did the exact opposite. It went up. So if you want to sell your shares, XCO, go keep doing it. We'll buy them all up. Now here's the weekly. Remember what I said just a few days ago? I said on this weekly we have a bullish engulfing candle, and we need confirmation to know if it's going to keep going up. And I guess we got that confirmation because it's still going up. This is a huge, huge candle right here. And last time we had a nice, huge candle, we had 3 weeks of selling. But was it really selling or was it consolidation? Because we had 1 week, 2 week, 3 week of selling. And then these last two candlesticks in the red, it didn't really move that much. Because why? Because it was actually consolidation. And once that consolidation was over and these two candlesticks, weekly candlesticks, it pumped up two green candlesticks after this 3 week consolidation area right here. So it pumped up a lot after the consolidation. Have we had consolidation recently? Well, this candlestick right here is going to be consolidation. We had a weekly doji candle, and it's kind of like in the middle of this candle right here on our weekly candle, and right at the top of this candle. So this is kind of consolidation right here, and then it went up this week. Let's check out the daily and see if we can get some more information. And if you watched my video yesterday, you remember what I said. Let's make some new resistant lines, because we're already in the middle of these two lines. So let's make some resistant lines above it. And here was the candlestick for yesterday, and we broke both of the resistance again. We broke both of them in 1 day. So that's more evidence of how strong Opendoor is. The resistance lines I said if we break 530, we're good to go. We break 550, we're even more good to go. And if we break 550, it's probably going to pump up a lot, because 550 was a huge resistance. Our next huge resistance is probably going to be $6. But after hours, we're up 3.69%, which equals to $6.18 right now. So right now, we're up to $6.18. We already broke the $6 resistance. Can we go any higher from $6.18? Let's look at another chart, and let's try to scroll over here and see where the next resistance is going to be at. So right now we're at 618. The next resistance based on 2022, the next resistance is going to be around 630, 650, and then after that, we're talking about $7.25. After 650, we're pretty much going to hit that $7 and $7.25 area. But what happens after $7.25? The next resistance after $7.25 is like an $8 area. $8 area. But now I want to show you where a major resistance is at. Like, for example, once it hits this number, it's probably going to sell off a little bit and take some profit. And that major resistance, based on what I see right here, is in the area of $8 and $9.50 area. So once we start going to $8 to $9.50, Opendoor probably could take some a huge profit take around that area. But who knows? We don't know what kind of catalyst we're going to get during that time. We don't know if it's going to be September, December. If the rate cuts keep coming, which so far it seems like it will, we may only hit that resistance for a little bit and hold on and go back up again. We may not take a huge dump at the $8 and $9 area. So we have to see what happens. So the next resistance is going to be at 630, this 650 area. But this is huge. We broke two resistance in 1 day. When that happens, that's really, really bullish. when you break two resistance in one day. Will we have a pullback? Let's see. Right now, it's not showing a pullback yet. People are saying, oh, Friday can be a pullback day because it went up so much. Can it happen? It's possible to have a pullback day, right? Because we went up a lot. But if you look at the technical indicators down here, the RSI is still moving up. It's still moving up on a daily. MACD is moving up. When the RSI and the MACD are both moving up like it is right now, you can't really say, oh, it's going to go down now when it's moving up like this. Now, if it starts to trend sideways, the RSI and MACD, you could probably say, oh, it's a possibility it may take some profit. It's a possibility it may start going down. But since the RSI and MACD is still going up right here, we need confirmation to show that it's going to profit take. But right now, there's no confirmation. So this actually could go up some more tomorrow. Now, the hourly MACD and RSI is showing a little bit exhaustion that we could possibly come down a little bit on the hourly, but not the daily. The daily still is good. But the hourly is starting to flatline a little bit on the RSI, starting to flatline a tiny bit on the MACD, and that's because of this right here. This is extreme bullish buying right here, starting from 1:30 all the way to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So we had a lot of buys right here. So that's why the RSI and MACD is so high. So tomorrow, where are we when it comes to the support? At the moment, we have support around the 580, 590 area. I would say the support is right around here for Opendoor. And the first resistance is going to be at the 630. That's the high for the after hours. So I'll go ahead and mark the 630 right there. And now let's remove another horizontal support because I don't see us going back down to $4.76. So time to delete. Boom, it's out of there. 529, do I see it? I don't see it. I might delete that too. I'm deleting the 529. 550, should I delete the 550? Let's see. Based on what I see, if we have some bad news, like a dump, maybe 550 if we have a dump. Like a profit taking plus bad news in the market, possibly go to 550, possibly, because the first support I see is 580. Now, if it doesn't hold 580, we're looking at 550. But the lowest I can see right now, 550. I don't see it go no lower than 550 at the moment. 550 or 580 support. That's what we're looking at. Resistance 630. Let's see if I can get another resistance over 630. Let's see. 630 is pretty much the high, all-time high recently. All-time high recently. I have to go back to 2022, I guess, to see the next resistance. After 630, I don't really see a lot of resistance. That's what's so crazy about Opendoor. The next resistance I really see, maybe 688 or $7. I'll go ahead and mark the 680. I marked the 680 just because I see something right there, 680, 688, right there. And then the major resistance, 789, 790. So let's see how it looks once we move the chart over. How does it look like on the recent? Okay, this is how it looks right here. So we move it over. This is how it's going to look for resistance. 550 support, 580 support, and then it's 630 resistance, and then next one 688. Trying to zoom in if you can see it right there. Yeah, you can see it better right there. Let's see, 680, 630, 580, 550. That's where we're at now. Yeah, I'm not even going to draw support under 550 because I don't really see it. I don't really see it happening. It got to be bad data report, bad housing report, no interest rate cut. I don't see it. I mean, under 550. Now, 550 maybe if it has some profit taking or a dump. But that's where we at right now. What else? Oh yeah, so let's check out the other housing stocks. Some people say home building stocks don't matter. They do. They definitely do. I'm gonna go to the hourly and I want to check out ITB, which is a housing builder ETF. And hey, what can I say? ITB, what an amazing day. I remember I said before, you can actually buy ITB, right? If you don't want to buy an individual housing stock like Lennar or D.R. Horton, you can buy some shares in ITB and hold it for 5 to 10 years. I said that in my previous video. And look at this. Look at the weekly chart for ITB. That's amazing right there. That's amazing. Look at that. Look at that bullish engulfing candle right here. That bullish engulfing candle covering this one right here. That's huge. Just in 1 week, ITB went from 109 to 114 in 1 week. That's huge. That's huge. And it's showing, and it broke resistance at 110, and the next resistance for ITB, 118. So, as you can see, a building stock, as you can see, a housing building stock, all green today. All green. Look at that. That's amazing. I mean, there's nobody selling ITB today. I mean, this is all buys almost. All buys. No one's selling this thing. Let's go to Lennar. Straight up. Very similar chart. Look at it. Look how it looks. All the home building stocks are exactly the same. See this pattern? Now let's look at Lennar. See that pattern? Look at that. Same thing. Same thing. A little bit selling, you know, it's a little bit selling, consolidating, go up, it's consolidating, go up. But almost the same pattern. That pattern, almost the same thing. Now look at DR Horton. Let's see what that looks like. Same thing. Why is the same thing? Because we have big investors buying stocks in all these home building companies. So they're pretty much moving exactly the same. Let's look at Opendoor. Opendoor straight up. Opendoor straight up. The reason why Opendoor looks better than Lennar and Horton and ITB. Well, ITB look pretty good. I gotta say that. Opendoor is it's a lot of interest in Opendoor. That's why it moves up like this. Like I said before, join the Discord if you want more information about Opendoor. I recently said in Discord, I think Opendoor is probably undervalued. I won't get into that. If you want to know more why I say that, join the Discord and I'll let you know. But I think Opendoor may be undervalued. Don't take my word for it though. You know, that's just my opinion. And I went into detail about it on my Discord. So if you want to check it out, join the Discord and I'll explain to you why I think that. That's why Opendoor is moving the way it is right now. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and join the Opendoor Discord. All right, take care, everybody.